everyone! Welcome to Lauren's Scrap Lot. My name is Lauren Urbonus and you have found my Show Me How It's Done series. So every Tuesday evening I post a fun little card or project for you, and you're welcome to follow along exactly as I've shown, or you can use the measurements and the ideas to recreate something with your own stash of card supplies. I am in Canada, so if you don't have a demonstrator and you're interested in a catalog or learning more about Stampin' Up, my website is at the bottom, laurenurbonus.stampinup.net, and you're always welcome to reach out if I haven't clarified anything properly for you. Now, before we get going, I'm just going to let you know that I am filming this week's video a little bit in advance because as you are watching it, I'm actually in Vegas at a Stampin' Up conference. So this week, leaders from the Stampin' Up worldwide community are gathering together in Red Rock, Las Vegas area, and we're just doing a lot of brainstorming about how to give you guys the best ideas that we can, and to also maybe get some sneak peeks about what's coming up. So if you follow my Lauren Scrap Lot Facebook page and Instagram, I will post photos. I have no idea what I'm going to see or what there is going to be, but if you check those out, I'm sure by now I will have posted a few fun things for you, and who knows, maybe there'll be some sneak peeks of January to April mini catalog items. I can't promise because I'm not there yet, but it's an idea for you. So let's make this project here together. If you watch my series regularly, you can also find a coordinating product. This was a little ornament or a gift card tag, whatever you want it to be. I did this video a few weeks ago, but it is using the same suite. So I used the Modern Christmas suite, specifically the Ornamental Christmas bundle for this project here. So inside this case here, you can find the dies that I chose. I'll just highlight them here. The star is going to be this guy here, and I did that in gold foil. And this circle die, you can use stylish shapes as well if you want the little stitched borders, but this circle die I cut out in a black circle, and then I just embossed it with the Timeless Plaid embossing folder. I will list all of the measurements and description of materials in the comments below, so check those out if I missed anything. And then instead of using sentiments from this, I actually decided to use one of our hybrid embossing folders. So I'm going to show you that in a second, but let's build the base together. So to begin, you're going to need a piece of black cardstock. This is going to measure 4 1/4 by 11. And we're doing 2 score marks. Hopefully you can see these. So the first one is going to be 4 1/4. The second will be 5 1/2. Okay, so in this little amount of space here, that's where we're going to put some adhesive and fold our card up to make, oh, I didn't even show you, to make this fun bookbinding feature. So this part actually gets stuck together and it doesn't open all the way. So it's actually just a 4x4 square inside that card. So a really fun way for you to kind of maximize the paper and the decoration on the front, and then just have a small amount of space to work with on the inside. So I've put adhesive in this little area here. I'm going to take those backings off. Wait, don't want to go in my container. There we go. And we're going to fold this now in half. And I like to do this ahead of folding because at this moment I can make sure it's folded exactly where I want it to be. I'm using my bone folder to give a nice crisp fold there. And then this line that you still see on the front, we're going to fold backwards. That's giving us that book fold. So on the inside of our card now, right here, we need a piece of white. That doesn't want to stay open, which is fine because you'll need something to write on. So this is a 4x4 piece. Of course, you're welcome to use something else. If you wanted to do like a 4x4 gold and then 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 white, you'd also have an extra layer of wow factor. But white is good for me, and I can come back later and add a stamped image in there if I'd like. To decorate the front, you can look in the gorgeous Modern Christmas specialty pack. There are so many fun patterns and designs. One side has a great gold feature, and the others are just nice matte black and white designs. So these are the two pieces I decided on. The first on my left is going to be 1 inch by 4 inches, and the piece on my right is 4 by 4. Now it's up to you whether you put these on flat, or personally I like to put dimensionals on the back of these ones just to give them a little bit more life and to make my project really pop out. So I'm going to start by putting adhesives on the spine and then adhesives onto that square. And then we'll do a little bit of decorating. Even though this designer paper pretty much speaks for itself and you don't have to do much, we're still going to add a focal decal. All right, I'm going to start with my 4 by 4 piece here. That should get centered in the larger square. There should be some sort of black border all the way around the edge. And then this little strip, I do suggest do all your large pieces first. Because this is 4 by 4, I was able to get 9 of them evenly out of a piece of paper. And then after you do a few other projects, you'll end up with strips like this, usually 1 inch left. So use these to finish off the card. And again, just a tiny bit of black all the way around the perimeter for that one there. There's your book binding. Now I mentioned earlier the couple die cuts that I chose from the bundle. So here again is that circle, and then you can see the plaid embossing on it, and then that gold star. So to put these two together, we're going to start by putting dimensionals on the back of the gold star, and I really wanted this to be nice and sturdy. So I'm going to put one large dimensional in the middle, and then I'm actually going to put mini dimensionals on all of these tips. I know it might be going overboard a little bit, but this is actually the swap card that I'm doing for one of the organized swaps that I'm attending. I'm doing a conference right after the leadership conference with some other crafters, and organized by a demonstrator named Rhonda Wade. So she has, I think, 40 of us swapping, and I thought this would be a really gorgeous card to trade with the other leaders. So I have currently made 40 of these. This one will be 41 because I need to have one to give my roommate, of course, and my dear friend, Martina Auer. She's in Austria, and you can follow her goodies as well. So here is our star. You are going to notice, if you're holding it, 2 small spokes, 2 large spokes, okay? So find the large focal point, and then these are the 2 small ones. We want the large one to be centered on our project. And these little guys, they'll actually just touch the edge of your circle if you're using this coordinating die. So that's an easy way for you to get this lined up, centered on your circle there. And then because we don't have enough dimensionals, right, we're going to add a few more to the back of that and pop it out even more onto our card. So I will have lots of swaps posted once I get back from the trip. So yet another reason to make sure you're signed up for notifications on all of my videos on here, because then I'll have a video about all the swaps for you. Okay, this guy can get centered as much as possible onto that focal piece, right? We're not worrying about centering with the side piece, just the main one. And then we need a sentiment, because I really love this, but I wanted a sentiment, and I've been playing like crazy with this Christmas Words Collage Hybrid Embossing Folder. I know that's a mouthful, but the way that this folder works is it can be used, I'm going to take this apart, it can be used as a regular embossing folder. You can see all the words right there, but it also comes with this die. So if you put the die snug around, you know, the coordinating little section, put a piece, this is gold, put a piece of gold foil or silver or copper or earth and tone inside, and run this through your cut and emboss machine. In one pass, it's going to cut out every single one of those little words that you see. So I'm just using the word joy, but then I have baggies full of all the rest of the words because I figured, well, I'm planning Christmas cards still. I have lots of cards to design for clubs and Stamp-A-Stacks. So these are probably going to come into play when I'm designing those. Here's my word joy. I'm going to pop a couple dimensionals under the Y and the O, nothing under the J, because the J is just going to kind of rest on top of this black circle, and that has dimensionals already on it. So I don't want to double dimensional everything, and I actually didn't want the joy to pop out as much as the star does. So I know this is blinding you. The camera doesn't love foils, but we're just popping that into the bottom there, like so. I am curious though. I was kind of debating, do I need to add something else, or is the gold enough? And if I started to add like rhinestones or more embellishments, would it take away from the card? So give me a comment down below if you think I need to add something, and bonus points if you tell me what you think maybe I should add, and maybe I'll try a couple of those. But I'm quite happy at the moment with how the gold just really takes the focus. So I think I might just leave it. I might come back though and maybe stamp something in here. I was thinking this tree because it would look sharp in black. But that's my thoughts for the day. Thanks for stamping with me, and please do make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again next Tuesday for another edition of Show Me How It's Done, and Thursday evenings is the Great North American Stamping Show, so check out that competition too. Bye guys.